this is the same song, different verse for District 2 for the graders. I'll get all that to you. That first page is initial and initial for the warranty. Okay, sign on that line, initial in that box.
You know, arrows are better than sticky notes.
Yeah, and then sign it in that box.
Don't have a color printer because the commissioners won't give me enough money to buy one, so.
I'll bring you one of my arrow deals for you.
Just getting fresh with you over here.
Times are getting harder, it may get worse. This says Alfalfa County District 2, but it
Well,
says J.
the next page is the other two
Okay,
signatures.
okay. I have to reshuffle
I was sending them all to him, he can shuffle them, banker can shuffle. Did she?
this. That's the only one?
That's the only one she's gonna do.
Oh, print name?
Yeah. That's all the buyback forms, for each, there's one for each grader.
Did you get 7 also?
Yes, ma'am.
That's where the DA signed.
Okay. All righty.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
I'll
sir.
look through there, make sure we didn't miss something, make sure I didn't forget to put an arrow
Need
someplace.
a motion on that? I'll make the motion. to approve it. All in favor?
Thanks, you guys. I
Yes, sir.
appreciate
Appreciate it, Dusty. Is it Renee?
Renee.
Renee? Okay. And Ty Larson?
Lawson, but that's
Lawson,
good.
okay.
I've been called a lot of things, I'll answer to most everything.
You
so.
know, that's kind of the way I am, so as soon as Dusty gets through that, we'll start with you.
Sure, yeah, appreciate it.
Guess when we attendance, if you don't find it.
I think that's got it all.
Okay.
All right, I'll make some copies here. You want a copy? You want a copy? You want a copy? You want a copy for your bar?
Sure, if you got them. And,
I'll make them one your copy.
Sure.
have at it. And did you decide you're just gonna come back on the other one, or did you want to sign? You asked me earlier.
Oh, what side? When I get them, I just,
Okay, okay.
believe it or not, I just now got serial numbers for them, which was a good thing, because I had to have serial numbers to the bank by the end of the month to be able to hold that rate, so.
That's not mine. I mean, on your fax machine. That's what the top's at the bottom of yours.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
That's nice.
Sorry.
No, I was just talking about these,
Okay.
they're sitting out there.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, Marvin, yours should be, we got two of yours. The other 5 got low numbers, so they've all answered, so they should be showing up pretty quick.
It's a learning experience. That joystick versus that steering wheel.
And I will come up, probably next week, I'll come up with
Okay.
pick a morning when all the guys will be around.
Okay, you just let me know when I'll have them
And
there.
we'll walk around it, ask questions, show you a few things on it. They used to do it right off the bat, but I figured everybody wants to figure some of that stuff out themselves when they come up with other questions.
Oh, yeah, Tyler will have a list of questions for you.
I'll move it, Captain Commander.
I'll second that. But, they said the steering wheel's more sensitive than the joystick is. Because that little steering wheel.
Yeah, well, and the steering wheel always override the joystick. You find yourself leaning against that joystick and like, oh my gosh, you can turn, and even though you're pushing the joystick, the steering wheel overrides. And it's more sensitive because it's smaller. I mean,
Yes,
that
yeah.
thing. Anyway,
Okay.
thank you guys very
Very
much.
good. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Dusty.
Go do something, Wayne.
I'm done for the day. But that was used plenty for a day. Thank you.
Say hello to your dad.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I'm honoring for somebody who just sold you a couple $1,000 for equipment.
Mean million.
Million.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, see, I was being conservative.
What, 230,000 apiece?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We should be nicer to you than that.
Jay, the only one got a hat. We had to wrestle for the hat.
I tell you what, I
Well,
really
some
appreciate
people get a little bit, well, never.
I'm Renee with the American Trustee. Now, what I put in, or what is in there is probably the same, a lot of the same as what she printed out for you. We're an insurance brokerage firm out of Oklahoma City. We usually run into you guys at ACO, but I hear you're not going, 2 of you aren't going this year for this week. So that was why we decided to see if we could come in and chat with you.
No, I don't ever go to Cameron. Too long.
Ever go to ACO?
Yeah, parking lot.
Waiting for that good barbecue that comes on the also.
Yeah, I think there's 13 or 14 people cooking.
Is there really?
I think that's what I heard the other day.
There's a bunch.
We've gone through a lot of those tents and you kind of learn where to go, what's what. So I wanted to tell you real quick here that I know this is not part of me, but I really appreciate your prayer. I thought we needed to break out an old tent revival. I mean, I grew up on that, so I was ready to go on that.
Well, okay, so why we're here is we would like to be able to offer these products to your employees, and there's several different aspects of this that Ty and I are both gonna go over. First, I wanna tell you just a little bit about us. We're a brokerage firm out of Oklahoma City. We represent a lot of different companies, so that gives us the opportunity to go out and shop for you guys. So we're not here just representing one particular company. We're not gonna try to like force you to say, you know, to just take one thing and nothing else from what we have to offer here today. Because we can go out and shop around, we can find things that are a good fit for you all and for your employees. And that gives us just a little more flexibility than what most of the other insurance companies do. I know that you guys are part of OPEHW. No, not even?
Health choice.
Health, okay. So, what we have, especially with this Health Saver Plus plan, it's a medical plan, but it's not designed to replace what you currently offer to your employees. It's geared more towards their spouses and children, because it will run you about half or less, or your employees about half or less than what it's costing them now. Ty's gonna go over the details with you on that plan and a couple of the other things that go with it. But ultimately, our goal is just to get you to approve to let us come in and talk to your employees in the fall when you do your enrollment, to let them know that this is an option that they have. A couple of other things that make us unique is that, for instance, on the Health Saver Plus, we do that through Philadelphia American, and we can either do that through payroll deduction if you guys approve that, or we can sell it to your employees or their spouses or children directly. Also, you don't have to be a county employee for us to offer this to them. We run into a lot of people who have kids or know someone's like self-employed or something like that can't afford to go through Marketplace or Obamacare or something like that, and we can offer these same plans to them as well. So there's a lot of flexibility in the plans that we have available for you guys. I want to mention, I think I already did, but that we're members of ACO, so we go down there for just about every meeting. So we offer these plans and other plans into several different counties. So this is not our first time around or anything like that. It's just the first time we've been able to come up and visit with y'all.
So is this like when we do that insurance sign-up once a year, they show up? Is that,
Yeah, that's what they're wanting.
that's
to
what
do,
they're
is
wanting?
to
Yeah.
come and
But
talk.
it doesn't affect us, the county, any at all. It's the actual individual choice of every individual.
Right.
Right. So, I mean, you guys have coverage
That's what I
that the,
think it's gonna be,
I think it's
when we all show up for
So,
involved in
yes.
this deal.
so like when you guys have, do you have a rep that comes from Health Choice every year? They just do it online?
We just don't offer any other health insurance to them. We just offer Health Choice High, and that's the only option. We've looked into some of the other ones, and we just feel like that's the best fit for the employees, so.
Do you remember right offhand what it costs to put it at a spouse?
Oh, yeah, it's outrageous.
Right.
It's like over $700.
So
Okay.
we can.
She can probably tell us
I was
exactly.
gonna say about $690.
Yeah. By the time you get dental and vision and all that on there, it's.
Yeah, I was
over
just thinking the
$700.
basic.
I don't think I have any actual quotes with me. I thought I may have, I'll look and see, but I know for like somebody 20 years old that doesn't use tobacco, it's gonna run them about $115 a month. And there's no deductible, no copay on it, that kind of thing. Then I'll look at my binder and I'll sit down and see if I've got any other quotes and everything. Usually $200 to $300 a month to add like 3 children, to cover 3 children on there. So, and there are other plans that you can put in there with them, an accident plan, critical illness plan, and things like that. So, like I said, this is not to replace what you currently offer to your employees because you have that new one. We could give you a quote on that as well, but I might need more information from you on that. But if you guys are satisfied with them, then the main thing that we want to be able to do this time around is just be able to offer it for their dependents.
If it's 120 for a non-smoker, 20-year-old, what are you talking about for a 50-year-old smoker, overweight, high blood pressure? What are we looking at there?
It's still gonna be hundreds less than like an Obamacare type plan going to the exchange. And
About the only time we can't compete or come in lower is if somebody is eligible for the subsidy on the Obamacare or ACA stuff. Those kind of hard for us to compete with that. But like I said, when he's talking, I won't listen. I'll be looking. I'll see if I have my other some quotes in there with me, or otherwise see if I can pull one up on my phone real quick. So, but it usually runs about half or less than what it would cost to go through some of the others. But we have, I'll tell you just a little bit briefly about the accident plan that we have, which is a true supplemental plan, so your employees can take it out as well if they want to, or if you approve for them to. Our accident plan is different than most others. I mean, everybody knows how Aflac works, and the others like that, they pay you a little bit at a time depending on what type of treatment you get. Ours pays whatever the actual bill is. So what gets billed to their insurance company is how much we pay you, or how much we pay them, the client. There are 2 different levels of coverage. It'll go up to $2,000 per accident or up to $4,000 per accident. And in addition to that, it's going to pay, just for the top tier, is going to pay up to $4,000 per accident. It's going to pay up to $10,000 for an ambulance ride. So that's a separate amount from just the regular expenses. And the way it works is if somebody goes to urgent care for a sprained ankle, that bill's $1,000, then their insurance company is going to pay whatever it's supposed to pay to the provider. What we pay them doesn't affect what their regular insurance pays, but then they give us a copy of that bill, the total bill, what was billed to the insurance company out of pocket, and we send them a check for that amount. So they're going to get more than their deductible or copay back, which is generally what the other ones pay. It also has an accidental death policy built into it. It pays so much per day for hospitalized due to an accident, things like that. So it pays completely, other than paying for accident-related expenses, it pays completely different than what most other accident plans do. So, but those are the main things that I'm going to talk about. Ty's going to go into a little more detail about the critical illness and the medical plan and things like that, and I'm going to look and see what quotes I remember to see in my binder. Okay? That's all I have. Now he's going to talk through.
Well, we'll answer some questions if you have any. So, and I need to stand here, right? So, again, we appreciate your all's time very much, as always. It's always great to see the commissioners at ACO, but just to have a relationship with you all. And because again, you're out here working for the people who live here in this county. And so when we first started coming out to these counties, we realized that, you guys do a great job as far as benefits for your employees, but nothing was being really addressed for the spouse and dependents. And I know going to the association, it was running over $800 a month to put a spouse on there. And if you put a whole family on the county plan, it was over about $1,200 a month, which again, we understand that there's only so much insurance dollars to go around. So what we decided to do when we got access to this plan, we've had this in the counties before. We do this, in group environment as well as individual environment as well. But just addressing those needs, again, they're going to be able to see an option they've never seen before, they've never had before, and where they're going to actually be able to manage their health care cost and their health care coverage instead of their health care managing them. As you know, the difference, one of the differences basically between this type of a plan and what you all have for your employees is that that's a full ACA plan, which means it covers anything and everything, pre-ex, maternity, all of that. This plan is a full health plan, but it's not an ACA type plan. So what I mean by that is it doesn't cover maternity. So if someone was planning on having a baby, this might not be for them. But again, we can always put them on a different plan because we have access to so many other different companies. Even we can write someone who is pregnant, currently pregnant, and needs a plan to cover that pregnancy and that delivery. We can actually write that after the fact, which again, being a broker, we've got access to those types of things versus having a company that's captive where they only have one type of thing. But this plan is a little bit unique and different, and how it works is that it pays a defined benefit. And what I mean by that, it pays a benefit no matter where you go, no matter what you do. There is a network, but you don't have to go in network. It's one of the largest, the PHCS network is one of the largest networks in America, but you can go anywhere you want. That's the first thing. The second thing, it pays a defined benefit. So you guys are used to plunking down when you go to the doctor. You're used to plunking down a copay, right, of $30, $40 to go see a doctor. Then that doctor bills you the rest of that bill later on because you haven't met your deductible yet. So you're basically full paying everything till you meet that deductible. And do you know, offhand, what your deductible is currently?
$750 if they put on tobacco addiction.
Okay.
But an
It's
office
1,000.
visit is only 50 or 30, that's all we can pay.
Gotcha, right, okay. So again, you're used to deductibles, copays, and by the way, if something does happen from a major standpoint, and you have to go have surgery, again, you normally have what's called an 80-20, where your health insurance, once you meet that deductible, pays 80%, then you got we're responsible for the other 20%. This plan has no deductible, no copay, no co-insurance. I'll say that again, no deductible, copay, or co-insurance. So it pays what's called first dollar coverage. It pays the very first time you go to the doctor. And again, like I said, you can go anywhere you want. If you are in network, you get a discount of anywhere from 30 to 50% on that. So to give you an example, let's say you go into a doctor that's in network and he charges you $100. This defined benefit plan, if you look on this, on that first page when you open it up, it pays $120 to go to the doctor no matter where you are. So if your doctor's in network, he charges you $100, guess what? There's no copay to put down up front. Your doctor's visit is paid for 100%, but there's still $20 left over. That goes right back to your to the family's pocket. So in other words, instead of the company or the doctor's facilities getting the overage amount, it pays back to the families. So they've gone in, they've seen the doctor, they've had no copay, it pays 100% of that doctor's visit, and they get money back, which is kind of unique and different because most Obamacare type plans don't work that way. So again, there's 20 doctor's visits that you get. I think Blue Cross Blue Shield normally gives about 8 per year. This gives each person in the family 20 doctor's visits. It pays more, covers specialists as well. It covers everything from urgent care, emergency room. It covers all your lab work, blood work. We went to, had a patient, we had a client of ours who went to the doctor, and guess what you do when you go through an annual physical routine exam? You go to the doctor, you might have an x-ray, you might have blood work drawn, and that bill was about $300. You had the whole plan together, paid $360. It paid 100% of that, all of that, and he had $60 left over that paid back to them. So that's kind of unique and different, but once again, like I said, there's a lot of options here that people may not have ever heard of or seen before, and now because when Trump lifted the mandate, it kind of opened up this whole new world for all these different types of companies to come in. Injection benefits covers that. Here's one thing, I'll just tell a quick personal story. I went to an urgent care back in December. I didn't have COVID, but I had bronchitis and turned into basically a walking pneumonia. And I walked in and I wanted to pay the cash price. And you can, your people will be able to do this if they want to. So I asked them what the cash price was. It was $97. Well, it pays on this urgent care benefit, it pays $300. Yeah, which is way more than what the average cost of an urgent care is in this area. So, of course, I'm on Medicare now, but under this plan, I pay $97 cash, right? I get a check back from the company for $300. I actually would have made $203 to go to the urgent care. Now, that's a unique part. It doesn't work that way just 100% of all the time. But my point is that if you pay a cash price, you do get a massive discount rate. Ambulance is covered under here, like I said, emergency room, mammograms, colonoscopy, your preventative care pays a benefit. So if you do have your regular preventative care done, it pays $250 to go do that. And again, no deductible copay or co-insurance. Now it also covers inpatient and outpatient on surgeries. It also covers all your hospitalization. So here's what it does. There is a deductible only for hospitalization. So if you go to the hospital, there's a deductible. But anything that's outpatient, no deductible copay or co-insurance. So that what we normally put your employee spouses and dependents on is a $5,000 deductible for hospitalization. But you get a $2,000 lump sum check just for being admitted to the hospital on top of that. So it really lowers it more like a $3,000 deductible. But then it's paying $3,000 per day, every day you're in the hospital due to sickness or illness, and $4,500 per day if it's due to accident or injury if you're towards hospitalization. And again, the average hospital stay in this area is about $2,600 to $2,700. So again, you're getting way more than what that average rate is in this area per day. So that also eats up that deductible. So pretty much you're knocking that deductible out. And any money that's left over goes back to them. And like I said, you can go anywhere you want. We can come up with a list of what hospitals are in the area. I know the hospital in Enid is a network. We've done this out in the Panhandle too as well. So we can come up with a list of facilities, specialists, urgent cares, emergency room hospitals that are in network. But like I said, they can go anywhere they want. Also, it covers just, like I said, inpatient, outpatient surgery. Any bill that there's an advocacy team that goes with this. Any bill that is $2,500 or more gets automatically negotiated down. There's all kinds of PPO discounts and different types of discounts that you can get that people don't realize they're out there because they're just used to doing the same old thing. Doctors, sometimes they want Blue Cross or United Healthcare cards plunked down so they can charge more because they know the insurance company will pay for it. But with spouse dependents, it may not be affordable to be on the county plan. This is an option to be able to cut those premiums in half and give them another option to be able to have full coverage at a drastically reduced rate. Also, again, it covers physical therapy, all of that. At the bottom here, when you look at this, there's a term called RBRVX, and what that means is that that's what Medicare, that's what's called usual and customary in the industry. It's what Medicare pays. So under the plan that we write, it's the plus plan, which is the middle of the road plan. We feel like 1 unit is not enough coverage. 3 units in the state of Oklahoma is really overkill. So 2 units, it lowers the cost. It gives them great coverage. And basically what this means is it pays 2 times what Medicare does. So if Medicare pays $10,000 towards a surgical procedure, this plan would pay $20,000. So it pays double what Medicare does. So again, most doctors cover and take Medicare patients. This is going to cover and pay 2 times automatically what Medicare would on that. So that's on the surgery part, and of course it covers anesthesia and all of that. So, and again, you can look at this plan. We can break it down more in detail later on at another time. But there's bits and pieces, like I said, Renee talked to you about the accident plan. So if you have an accident plan, the accident plan pays with this gold plan on the health side. So you get both sides coming in together at once. There's also a critical illness plan that covers all the big what-ifs. there's actually 4 reasons why people use major medical insurance. 1 is for their prescriptions and medications. 2 is to go to the doctor when they need it. And 3 is the big what ifs, if something major happens. And what that critical illness does is it pays a lump sum of anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000, pays it directly back to your employee's pocketbook, this big large amount. Then the gold plan kicks in and pays its part too as well. And then the last part of it is what's called a specified disease plan. We call this more like a glorified stop loss. And again, if something catastrophic like a severe heart attack or cancer were to strike, that critical illness part pays its part up front. And then this pays the backside. So what this does, it has a high deductible, but it's meant to cover the big what-ifs when major bills are there in play. So we had a lady who, as an example, she was diagnosed with cancer. Her bills are about $240,000. She had a $40,000 critical illness, which paid up front, okay, which got her to $40,000 of her first $40,000 of her bills are paid for. This kicks in at $50,000 and pays 100% of the rest of her bills, all the way out to $250,000 or $500,000. So in other words, okay, the first $40,000 was covered under the critical illness plan. At $50,000, the rest of her bill was covered, okay, which left a $10,000 window of exposure, and that was covered by the gold plan. And then actually there was money left over. So again, any bill that's negotiated down automatically for her on this, or anyone that uses it, it's, like I said, anything over $2,500 is automatically negotiated down. So between all of that, and by the way, Teladoc is on this. Telemedicine is a big thing now. That's part of the plan. It's at no cost. That's in there too as well. There's a discount prescription savings program that's in there as well. We have other plans that we can add on top of that and layer it to give even deeper discounts. You'll be able to have what's called, or your employee spouses and dependents will be able to go into what's called a back office. They can go in and track their own claims, or we can help them do that. They can go and find out what doctors and physicians are in network, who is and who's not. And then they've got the ability to go and find out what the fair market value is and what these doctors charge. Normally they don't want you to know that. So the system, you'll be able to go in and let's say you need an MRI done, okay? It may show 8 different places to go get an MRI in this area, but it'll now show what they actually charge. And now your employees' families can go where they want to go. Instead of being told, you got to go here, and because they're getting that referral from them, no, they can pick and choose wherever they go. And they'll know exactly what's being charged. So you've got access to a lot of tools that you've never had before. This is meant to work together as one piece. The critical illness, the accident, the specified disease or that stop loss, and then of course the main part of the health plan. I know we're throwing a lot at you here. It's a lot of some moving pieces and parts. But Renee and I have been helping. I've been helping people file claims for 27 years. I've been doing this for 27 years, so I've kind of seen the industry come and go and change and all the different things that it does. And this is the best value that I've ever seen in a plan for the least amount of cost. I think Renee had pulled up or maybe found a couple of examples
First of all,
here.
the 2 hospitals that I pulled up closest, Alva and Kiowa, Kansas, are both included in the network. So they're I didn't look for any doctors or anything, but those 2 hospitals close by. A 35-year-old man, tobacco user, just for the gold plan and the accident plan would be $176 a month. 3 children with the accident plan, the gold medical plan, and the critical illness plan would be $290 a month. So those 3 main core plans that he's talking about would be under $300 a month for 3 kids.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Sure. Yes.
So if you go to the doctor or the hospital, do you go in and say you don't have insurance because you're filing these claims yourself, so they give you the cash price? Is that the deal?
That's one option. Or if they are in network, you can go ahead and give them that your card. You'll have an insurance card. You'll go ahead and give them that card, and they'll do the filing for you. And that way you get massive discounts on top of it. We had a lady that from, I believe it was Texas County, that used her plan, and she went to a dermatologist because she was having skin issues, and they also did a lot of lab work because she was having hormone issues as well. She got charged $1,800, and because it was a network, there was over $1,500 in discounts that were applied on that. And then her plan paid an additional $200 and something, so she wound up getting about $70 back. Whole plan was covered, but again, they did the filing for that. So you can pay the cash price, and you'll get reimbursed by the company, but you'll get reimbursed more than what that cash price was, especially when you're talking about going to doctors in this area. Or you can, if they are in network, go ahead and let them run it just like you would with your major medical, and they'll run it for you, that same way as well. There's different ways that we can do this, but we've been helping people file claims for years and years and years. Again, the intent was, let's provide something that no one else has out here, a great health plan, which we're lowering your cost and coverage, right? We're lowering your cost and premium. There's times where you can get money on the backside, plus you're not only lowering the premiums, but you're also getting great benefits on here as well. So again, that need wasn't being addressed when we saw what spouse and dependents and families were paying to be on the county plan. Now they've got another option, and literally putting money back in people's paychecks where it needs to go. Because especially in today's times, like I said, things can be tight. By lowering that premium, giving them great cost, and there may be money left over too on top of that, it's a win-win for all parties on there. Any other questions? Because I know what we've thrown a lot at you. Again, we appreciate your time.
Do you have them come at auction period. Your guys don't stay there long enough to listen. Do you want to see if they want to come to each district, or do you guys want to pull everybody together?
I'd rather either do it at auction time or pull everybody together if you did it.
So
As long as the county's not involved in it at all, this is just for spouses, I don't have any issue with it. Or if the individual employee.
yeah, but at auction period, they come through there so fast they're not going to
Just
listen
because
to
of
this.
that.
What we have done before in the past is we have gone out to each barn and set a time and on these days back to back.
Okay.
And then
I don't care, I'm fine with whatever.
We usually come out, like, if we come to your district, we would go whatever time y'all start in the morning. We would be there first thing that morning. That way the guys don't have to come back in. I'm sexist. I'm assuming most of the guys don't have to come back in and
But you have
during the
three
day or
different
whatever.
districts, so somebody's going to be going late unless you guys have them all come to
Well,
the.
it'd have to,
we normally split it up where on a 2-day thing where we cover each barn for day one, and the third barn we cover the next day. That way in 2 days we got all 3
that'd be
barns.
fine.
And then on those days, like when we get through at the barn, then we would come to the courthouse and contact the sheriff's department. We try to talk to everybody or as many as people as we can without disrupting y'all's schedule, because.
And we know they need to get back on their job and their duties, so what we normally do is gather information, and then we can run them a quote, literally in 90 seconds or 120 seconds roughly, and then we can get back with them later another time. We've even had spouses come to the barns,
I'm
down
just
the road.
thinking of my barns and the guys and their situations, I'm not thinking there's like 2 guys that would be interested at the most, rest of them's
So I
probably.
didn't know if you wanted to just to announce it and have those guys go to the fairgrounds. They
Just
just do it at
come
once.
to
We'll
the
just go
barn,
to the
yeah.
barn.
We'll bring donuts.
Oh,
They'll
come to
visit.
the
They'll
barn.
come visit.
Yeah, that's what.
There we go.
Is your wife on the county insurance?
No,
So I'm the only person in the room that even has a spouse. Is your husband on?
See, that's what
Is
I'm
your
thinking.
husband on the county insurance?
No.
So I'm the only one in the room that even
And
has.
by the
If
way,
you're in the VA.
we've seen this before where a spouse has, through their job, has their own insurance, but guess what? Their company that they work for may only provide and pay for half of it, or a quarter of it, or a third of it. And sometimes we've been a lot less there quoting spouses who are covered through their job. Once again, depending on if they are on Section 125 where their enrollment period is. But, just because in fact, I wrote a lady, it was in, forgot what county it was, where she worked for Walmart in the pharmacy, and she had the Walmart plan, and it wasn't rich in benefits, and we put about $120 back per month in her pocket. Well, that's over, it's about $1,000 a year, so a little over $1,000, and so that was with Walmart insurance. So she dropped that, took our plan out. Then again, once she's using it, she's calling us. I like to kind of stay ahead of the game. So, your people can call us. Let's talk about where you're going to go. Here's what we need to do. follow the procedures and, you know, to give them the options. That way, there's no surprises on going to the doctor,
I
things
guess
like
if
that.
they split it up, they could do 2 barns one morning, and
The
then
county
do a
does pay
barn in the
half.
courthouse.
So
Oh,
that
okay,
690
here.
that we're talking about for my
Say
husband,
that again?
the
We're
county's
we're on the
paying
same
half.
page.
So.
He was saying,
it's-
I guess we
I'm
could
not
come back with the
paying
one barn at the courthouse, and that's what she
We
was
do
saying.
that, yeah, we do that. When I come to the courthouse, I bring candy. But, I was gonna mention too, the Titan are the ones that will do the enrollment. So it's not like you guys approved for us to bring this in and we send somebody you've never met before.
Okay.
We're the ones, me and I are the only ones that are doing this too.
What if we have you guys come before option period, then at option period, you can have their paperwork to sign
Absolutely.
and that stuff, would that work? Okay.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll just get dates with them that will be work and
Yeah.
then see if
The
that.
barn's around 7 o'clock at the festival, right?
We're used to that.
7 o'clock.
We're road
Well,
warriors. We are
Noah
always
County,
right.
Bert does his at 6 o'clock in the morning. That does not make me happy. But
He starts a little earlier, he starts
You
at
want it
6:30.
earlier? 7 o'clock, okay?
2 o'clock in and 6 o'clock.
we'll be there before you guys get started work. I mean, 'cause in fact, we'll probably stay there somewhere. He's in Oklahoma City. I actually live in Oilton, which is closer to Tulsa, but so we'll
We're
be there
used to
staying.
drive. 2 hours is nothing. Yeah, I used to.
We go to the state offices.
You guys will give us some dates then that are available, I'll check with them.
Do you know right offhand when your open enrollment starts?
No, our option period is in November.
In November?
Yeah.
A lot of time.
Yeah, so.
That way, if someone does want to come off, we need to be in that window
Yeah.
so they can. And then a lot of times, like I said, I wrote 2 kids on a standalone because they were on Sooner Care. Well, guess what? They made too much money that particular year and their kids literally got booted off Sooner Care. And they were paying, well, of course, not very much, obviously, but I was able to write both kids for about $200, a little over $200 a month for both kids on there. So again, if they would have gone to the county, it would have been over $500.
Any emotion on this?
Yeah, we'll just probably set it up like in October, so then it's fresh on their minds, and then, when we do the option period, then we'll just have you guys come back and you can have them sign their paperwork.
We'll give them what's called a data sheet. It's collecting data. We'll run quotes for them, and that way they can share it with their spouse and dependents. But we're very hands-on. In other words, we're not the type of company that brings something in and then you never see or hear. We're very hands-on. We're working with your people individually, one-on-one basis. So we're used to that. So, guys, we really appreciate your time so much.
Okay, just want to ask, because you said that as long as it's not through the county, so you don't want us to do it through payroll deduction?
No,
Oh, I
he's not
mean,
meaning
no.
that.
I
He's
just didn't want
meaning-
any more expenses out of the county
Yeah.
general
Oh.
fund.
No,
Yeah.
gosh, no.
Oh, okay,
That's, yeah,
okay.
this
So
is.
then-
No,
that's
payroll
not-
is fine.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So we can do it either way. The only, for us to have a list built through Philadelphia American, we have to have at least 5 people participate, which shouldn't be any big deal. But we give people the option to either do it through payroll deduction
Yeah,
or
that's fine.
bank draft, either one. So, and it's portable, so if they leave county employment, they can take it with them. If they already pay it directly, then it doesn't matter.
Any other questions? And guys, we really appreciate your time so much. Thank you for allowing us to come and speak with you all because it's a very important issue. And like I said, we're here to put money back in your employees' pockets. Which again, we've seen this before too, where we had a sheriff say, "I lost 2 guys because we could not give them the benefits they needed for their families."
Right.
And now we've got an option for them on that, and that keeps those employees here tied to your county.
Thank you.
All right, thank you so
Thank you,
much,
guys.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Payroll warrants?
Oh, okay.
Oh, payroll, we already done, sorry.
Payroll.
Yeah.
I move we get payroll warrant.
All in favor?
Aye.
M&O warrants for payment.
Here's last
Okay,
year's.
she gave me a card.
That's the size of the pile, I like the severity.
Thank you very much. Sorry we won't see you all later on this week.
I didn't really get into that one.
Yep.
How's the government tomorrow? Find out because she and again, that way means it's going to be and being after it's hard to pick and choose. There's only so
Ask you guys one very important question.
Okay.
Where's a good place to go eat lunch?
Heenan.
Okay, that's what we were gonna do, okay.
There's not, nothing.
Maybe there was something close by. close that or just.
That's one thing we're missing in this county.
That's the second most important thing we do when
There
we're
is
out
a
like
Sonic
this.
Subway, but
By the time you get to Enid, it'll be lunchtime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
So,
okay.
they closed Foggy Bottom or whatever at Roman Nose, I guess.
Yes.
Did they?
And it was so good.
Yeah, they
There's
were-
there's
they were
Waldies in Enid.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, we haven't been there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Send us some
Look
dates
forward,
and we'll
yes, we'll.
get some
we'll figure it
Okay.
out.
All right,
Thank you so much,
thank you.
appreciate it. Thank you.
all right.
So where's the thing I'm here for on the agenda? I couldn't even tell.
I don't know what you're here for.
You said that they were going to close my accounts.
No, I never told you it was on the
Oh.
agenda.
Maybe Donna.
I'm saying.
So are we not doing that?
Sir, about the spots.
I mean, I don't know if they're, no, they're still gonna do
Totally.
that, but that will be Valerie that will have to come to.
Marvin's just rejecting
And
them
do all of
down
that.
here.
I have on the agenda that they're
Yeah,
going
me
to start
confused.
doing the
I don't know where
preparations
I'm
themselves.
going.
My suggestion was to have them all sign off of it and because of public
Around
meeting.
back as well.
Oh, yeah, it will have to be to close accounts.
Appreciate that. Okay.
You don't wanna sit through 3 pages?
I do not.
I just thought you came for the insurance.
Well, I mean, it was
Wow,
interesting.
woo-hoo.
I'll take it and look at it.
I was very impressed.
I'm the only one here that's actually using it. I'll go talk to Valerie.
We don't-
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
We got more.
Too bad. Why is it when you got 3 pages, you have small stacks that, you got little short?
I tell you, that's how it works.
It's all her fault.
I don't want 3-page agendas, though.
Just
That
sit over
means
there
for
and think
extra,
some for us to
extra
sign.
more for you guys to have to sign.
I think that's what she does. How much crap can I put in there?
That's all those statements.
Statements. What statements I make or what?
Everybody's got paid.
I thought you was telling me to be quiet. Don't make any more statements.
That's guilty conscience.
Oh.
That's what my mom would say.
Might be cleaning it on the regular.
Big old chunk of change. That's the acoustic, I know something.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's what I'm about to know, county.
It may save us some money though, for those ones that do.
Spouses,
Yeah,
yeah.
because they can get it for less than their 50%. We don't have a whole lot, but we have.
Well, that's what, I was trying to think of the guys in the barn, and I was like, you know, there's only 2 or 3 that would be, I can see that's interesting.
I think I've got 4 or 5 on Aflac. Something, I don't remember now, but I've got something.
I was on Aflac checked it. Remember I was off for a week or two one time. I got a pretty good little check in the mail. Remember I hurt my finger or something.
No, I got stung by a wasp, and we just went to urgent care, and it was all of it. Wish I would have had.
I remember when you bought one insurance policy and it
Covered everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
didn't have a supplement. You could go to any doctor you wanted to.
It was under $100 a month, not half your paycheck.
But you could get the best insurance, be able to afford it. Should just prove the check.
Right, that's-
No, oh, that's my bad. You may have another one to mail after last week.
We did take the tag off of our camper when we traded it in. The dealership didn't think about it neither. We got a $15 Pike Pass from Kansas. And so called them over to me and said, what do you want to do with this? We'll send you $15 for sorry. So, okay, I'll pay it. No, we took that tag off. I have a picture of it here right here. Yes. No, you didn't.
in favor?
Aye.
Blank purchase orders.
Have one for Sheriff, District 2, District 1, there's none that need to be signed, though.
My Western equipment one, everything starts to get high, comes going over it. Second, all in favor? Road crossing. Nope, none. Burn ban.
I'll move to put a burn ban
I won't think I was second.
A 7-day or 14-day?
Put it up to 14.
All right, all in favor?
on. Aye.
Hopefully get a rain this weekend.
We can cancel it when we do,
Okay.
that's one thing. Sure.
May not be enough to cancel it either.
No, that's true.
Monthly officer report from the treasurer.
You don't want to sign it, you just make a motion. Thank you, sir.
Does it matter? Can I leave?
Yeah, we'll just notate it on
Can we do the hospital before you leave?
Yeah, I was
Do
gonna
that?
wait till we get to the bottom of this page.
Okay.
Leave.
And I can skip down to the hospital if we need to.
No, we can do it.
Okay.
I move to set the monthly officer
Okay.
report.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Contract for detention in Alfalfa County and Juveniles Affairs.
I move to accept the detention transportation.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Bridge reports. County representative, assuming.
Yes. I think all of it's on the next page.
Okay. I'll make a motion, we accept the bridge
Second.
inspections. All in favor?
Yeah.
Oil and gas division orders on March of 21/27/11.
One signature, there's 2 copies of it.
This is Board of County Commissioners. Oil and gas division order, I'll make a motion on it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, can we do these two bids together as the demolition and the destruction? Can we discuss them together?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wait a minute, I didn't think that's what you wanted to do.
Well, we bidded them separately. I talked to Level Excavation because the bid for tearing the old hospital down was $30,000, just roughly.
Yeah.
And so Jackson's got the cheapest bid, the other one was $50,000. Well, I talked to Level because Jackson wants 75 to haul it off, and Level wanted 50 and 50. Well, Level wasn't comfortable with Jackson's demo it, then they come in there and haul it off, and the reasoning was because when they demo the building, the basement's gonna be left. And after you pull all the demo off the top, you're gonna have to excavate them walls and everything out of that old basement to clean it up, and he didn't wanna get into more than what he was actually bidding. I propose, this is just my plan, you guys can kick this around and think about it a little bit. I say let Jackson's demo it, and then I could go up there with my excavator, because I'm gonna dig the hole. I could have an excavator out there at the hole to push stuff, and then I could have the other one up there at the building, and I could load the trucks. If you two could just provide me 2 trucks and 2 drivers, we could haul this off ourselves and save $70,000. But, I mean, we're just gonna have to, and we could pilot and leave it for a short amount of
Time
time.
element you're looking at.
Well,
I'm gonna chip and seal.
I know you are.
Trucks and your trucks and.
Well,
right
the
here.
time element, we could set the demo like towards fall if you wanted to. We could tell Jackson that you can do it in the fall, you can do it late
Like
September,
October.
October. I just need some support with the trucks, and I know you don't like hauling big riffraff in yours, and I could tell the guy to put more bricks. A lot of that building's brick. Most of it's not as concrete as we thought. A lot of it's brick and tile. So, that's just up to y'all, but I'm just
Well, I
looking at it.
mean, we can just table this for now. We don't have to.
Or we
Take
could,
no action.
or, I was just the only thing, I don't want Jackson's to go up on his bid in a certain amount of time. If we
Is
could
is those bids got a
time limit on them.
time limit on them? Good for so many days, I don't recall.
I was just thinking maybe award the bid, then tell him
12/30/22.
12/30 or 22, so,
That's on Jackson's, on
Okay.
the,
Okay, that,
so we can table
Demolition.
this and look at it back in October.
well,
Well, we can,
No.
next week.
yeah, you can't go that long, because we
No.
have to.
unless you table it indefinitely.
I
Okay.
just need to get with the guys and make sure that, you know, what good time and
Yeah.
when we can do it.
Well, I think fall would be much better just for our equipment. I mean,
But we can put it back on for the agenda next week.
Okay. Well, let's just do that then.
So, no action right now.
Yeah.
I think we can haul it off and save us
To
$70,000.
discuss.
Well, I
hauling
mean,
it
I
off themselves.
understand that. I don't mind to do it,
Discuss hauling it
but
off
I know.
if I'm
ourselves.
chipping and sealing, why?
Well, I understand.
Right now, we still got the gates out the back of the truck.
Sure. Sure. Well, I do too, so if you're gonna get started, you need to let me know so I can clean my trucks up and
Yeah.
get started.
Get a motion on both of them.
Okay,
Take the
I'll make a
motion.
motion.
I'll second.
All in favor? Okay, interlocal agreement between Alfalfa County and Grant County.
And we signed one just recently, but this is for the new
This
year.
fiscal year.
So that it gives a,
Here's the one
Now,
that we
I
signed
have a-
last time, and here's the new
Now,
one.
I realize we signed this, and this is for the gravel. Okay. Couple concerns. One is, this says $80 a ton, and we buy the gravel from Jimmy for $80 a yard.
well, it's the same thing, a yard and a ton.
Well, yard is measured by volume, ton is measured by weight. It's pretty close, you're right, it's fairly
Yeah,
close.
it,
I just didn't wanna have to get in to have to weigh the trucks.
no.
And my second
We
thing
didn't weigh
is,
anything they've got so far.
can we make this interlocal agreement between Alfalfa County District 1 and Grant County versus all 3 districts, or does it gotta be all 3 districts?
I think,
Because do we have the right to sell Jimmy's rock? You got his blessing, or his right? or-
only thing they did is if they paid us and we paid.
Yes, I understand that, but I mean, it's gotta be good with that.
I have no idea.
Well, my concern is with these, I've learned a lot about these interlocal deals. when you say Alfalfa County, if something happens, everybody's grouped into
What he's saying
it.
is,
Like the accident out here.
yeah. If
Grant
they,
County was interlocal with us, and that's how they got involved in this deal.
I don't know, that's just what they sent to us, I don't know why we couldn't revise it,
okay,
if you wanna just
Can
go
you
get
do
the
that on
one,
the
or-
interlocal?
okay.
Just
Well, if they go and spread that rock, that gravel
I
on Grant
don't
County
have
Road,
nothing
and it's
to
too
do with it.
thick,
I would
and
say
somebody
that
has a
since
wreck
they've
on
already
it,
signed
all
it,
three
we have to have
districts
them
is liable
revise
for
it.
it.
Well,
Along
but
with-
I'm saying you can do it, that's what I
Because
Oh,
was.
it's
yeah.
interlocal
Makes any
agreement.
difference to me, I can contact Max and they can redo it.
Yep, and I can do the same thing, because they'll have to sign a new one themselves, because where they've already signed this one, they'll wanna sign a new one.
Okay. Let's just table that till next week.
Well, we take no action.
Take no action, okay,
Either one.
okay,
I move we take no action.
okay, I'll second that.
I'll get hold of Max and get charged to
District one.
District 1 on it,
Okay.
Grant
Well,
County.
I'm gonna have to be excused. Is that all right? Is that all right?
Very good.
No,
You're gonna walk.
no,
Yeah, I'll get it.
I'll do it, right?
I'll get it.
All right, what do we wanna do? But the keys are in it.
Okay, it's still sitting out there, I didn't take it.
Free pickup.
It's only got a half tank of gas, you won't get very
It's all
far.
nice and clean, isn't it? See y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Private property easement for District 2. We'll just remove a concrete slab.
oh, really? God, that's quite a signature. I see.
I know, we had to write it down underneath.
Good God.
Desperate for
Where are
one.
you doing that at for me?
Over there, one half a block north of my shop, there's that old house there. It used to be Johnny Redmond's. The city condemned it. I'm gonna tear it down.
Oh,
And when I'm tearing it down, right behind the house, there's a cement slab that joins. It's actually on the
You're gonna
property
get
line.
the thing in.
I'm gonna just take the track out, reach over and peel
There
it up.
you go.
So.
I was thinking where he lived out here, and I thought, wait a minute.
Oh, no, at B&J's area. I'd send him to you.
Thanks, I don't need him.
Appropriations of city school. Oh, I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Appropriation, city and schools.
This just needs to be a line item, that's kind of what Tammy was talking about, there's just gonna be some changes and stuff in the treasurer's office, so we just wanna make line items so that everybody's on the same page. We used to run those apportionments through our purchasing side. Plebro had a special program that we paid for to run those through, and it would print out the warrants. TM Consulting on their side can do all of that now. They'll still bring them over and we'll still have that segregation of duties and another set of eyes on them, but they will actually be the ones that print all of those now.
I move we accept it, it's just a
Just a
change in
formality, yeah, just a
procedure.
formality of
Yeah,
what
yeah.
office does it.
Okay.
I'll second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
That's your next item, sorry.
Okay. Juvenile detention. I'll make a motion on juvenile detention.
Second.
All in favor? RCB Bank lease purchase is for oil distributed to District 1 truck.
This is yours, Jay. There's
Mhm.
multiple places. Some of them are just yours, some of them are all three of his,
Right.
so, but there's each one of those tabs has somebody to sign.
Okay.
Have you got it?
There, you get to sign this one too.
All right.
Did you guys do that burn ban for 7 or 14?
14.
That's what I thought.
There you go.
Sign for loaded.
Address, well, I guess I better put the county barn in there, shouldn't I? said the address, telephone, and date.
We can put up here, we can put ours up here. I can put it up. It'll be a lease purchase.
Oh, that one.
Pays those, yeah.
This says DA.
Oh, yeah, the DA one you didn't need to sign, Jay. I can print that page out again.
Okay.
The DA is not that,
They did?
the opinion of council is signed by the DA. I'll print a page out and take it back up to her. She won't ever know.
Saw the signature down there. This is the clerk's gotta sign this one then. Clerk gotta sign this one too. We need to sign more paper.
Yes, yes. Need some more trees to come.
Lease over,
Up to
the
the date.
lease, that's the latest deal.
It's all hers.
The lease over,
We would be
that would be,
the leasee on it.
we're the leasee, that's the lease over, so he's gonna have to sign that, okay. I better start looking. Gotta sign this one too, dear.
Okay. That's the W-9. I can sign it if you want me to. And then the same thing on the next one, it's their, do it? Yep.
Do we need a motion
I
on that?
move we accept the lease purchase contract
I'll
for the
second,
orchard.
I'll second that. All in favor, say aye. Okay. Do we want to do the batwing mower separate from the graders, or you want to just do it all the way
All
through?
at once, I
Okay.
would.
We're gonna do a John Deere Flex Wing mower. Was there two of them? Yeah, there's two of them John Deere Flex Wing mowers. And then there is 7 graders, I believe.
They're sure.
Will you notify
February
dispatch about the burn ban?
I will, yep, yep.
Okay, he said TJ said you need to probably
Yep.
do that.
I always call them. I
I'm
send-
pretty sure you did.
Send it out to all the, fire chiefs too. So,
Brad already knows that he already said effective immediately.
disposals. And then Jay, all of those that you're signing there, about where your ring finger is, I need you to sign that up there also.
Oh, right.
Nope, up a little farther. Oh,
Right here.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I should have known that.
Here's all of your graders.
Now, I'll have to sign this in 2 places.
no, not those. There's just one place on those.
Okay.
Let me know what you want yours on.
I'm going to.
I will be going Wednesday to ACO, and then Friday I'll be going to doctor's appointments. So.
I will do that. I'll tell them to get started on it.
Still don't know how we missed those mowers, but we did.
Yeah. No time, no time, but we got it taken care
On make a motion, we approve the disposal, resolution for disposing of equipment
Second.
and decoration surplus. All in favor?
Yep, that's gotta be, you made a motion, I second.
We gotta do
That's all
favor.
We gotta be in favor of that,
Any
didn't
unforeseen business?
I move we adjourn.
I'll second that.